So today we're rebuilding the Boston Red Sox, who are just like a complete mess right now. Their roster is injured or inconsistent. There's like this weird mix of old and young going on. I don't understand it. I feel like they really need a rebuild or at least a retool, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's hop into it. The roster, I'll try to remember it. It's on screen, but again, there are missing players in it. Like I've had to edit basically every roster that I test out for any sort of franchise. So like I still don't have a good roster for you guys. Like I know you guys have been asking in the comment section. I just don't have one yet. So if you guys have found one, let me know in the comment section down below, because every roster is either missing players or the overalls are just way too boosted up, or they're just put down at like just absolutely way too low. The potentials are all over the place. So yeah, this is the roster that I'm using today, but like I said, it is missing some players. So let's talk about this Red Sox team. Obviously Chris Sale, how many more years? 2 more years of his contract? Man, that's tough. That's tough. Well, obviously including this year, but this guy's just so injury prone at this point. Garrett Whitlock just came back from injury. Corey Kluber, James Paxton, Nick Pivetta, and then Brian Bayo. I mean, I know Brian Bayo is currently injured, but we'll see what happens with him when he comes back. Obviously, Brian Mata is another name to look forward to. Bullpen is like I don't really know what to think about it. I really don't. Kenley Jansen, like okay, sure. Catcher, yikes. You know, first base, Dahlbeck. Is he really playing shortstop? I've heard these rumors on Twitter. Is that really what's going on with Bobby Dahlbeck? Obviously, Tristan Casas has gotten off to a tough start to his MLB career this year. Trevor Story's injured. Christian Arroyo, Rob Refschneider still in the league. You've got Nick York, Brainer Bonacci, Rafi Devers. He's like the only star on this team. And man, he's like, man, to get him to sign an extension, that was pretty impressive for what the Red Sox were able to do. Justin Turner. I thought Alex Benelas was going to be like an okay player that the Red Sox drafted. Haven't really heard much of him after he came out of Louisville, but we'll see. Blaze Jordan, still really young, so we'll see what happens with him. Mondesi injured, what a surprise. You've got Yu Chang. Marcelo Meyer, kind of like the big name. Mikey Romero. Is it Mickey or Mikey? Another player that they're kind of high on. I think when you look at this, some depth there at the shortstop position for prospects. Left field, Masataka Yoshida. I think he's going to be a pretty solid player. I think the Red Sox got a decent guy there. Verdugo in left, decent player. Tapia, the most electric player in baseball. Everybody knows that. Center field, Kike Hernandez is off to a tough start to the year. Jarren Duran just really can't seem to put it together. I know about Ceddanne Rafaela. And then Duvall recently got injured after he was tearing MLB apart. Probably the hottest hitter in baseball. Sucks that he had a wrist injury, I believe. So we'll see what we can do with some of these prospects as well. Either way, the team's a mess. I don't know how we're currently ranked 14th. Budget, 15 mil. We get a lot off the books next year. Who comes off the books next year? Because, yeah, we're not getting any of these back. So that's good. And Tapia as well. Realistically, I want Chris Sale gone. Like, that's the big one. Possibly even Trevor Story. I don't even know if Trevor Story is going to be a Red Sox by the time this rebuild's over. Let's get to the draft. All right, for the draft, there's a couple players I have my eye on. It's mostly pitchers, though, and I feel like we could actually use some pitching. So we've got Campillo, we've got Medrano, and then we've got Hernandez, which all look decent. I think Hernandez is probably the one I'm like the least interested in. There's a couple others like Zito, killer name, by the way. If he can fall to us, that'd be pretty nice. We've got Cedeno. There's a bunch of pitchers. In terms of position players, it's probably Diego Garlobo. So, and he's a catcher. We probably could use a catcher in the farm system. So let's just see what happens. Like I said, we've got the 14th pick, so who knows? This is probably like the best player in the draft in terms of like overall potential. Like, he deserved to go number 1. Juan Alonso was the second baseman. I just didn't think I was going to be able to get him. He was ranked 7th in the class. No chance. And number 3 is going to be... Ooh, who is that? I recognize the face. Bobby Griffith. Okay. Yeah, he looks good. Looks solid. All right, let's get to our pick. Let's see what we got. All right, so there's Kellenberger. I looked at him. He actually looks decent. We had him at 22. Abernathy. Campillo. Dang. Okay. All right. That's unfortunate. We lost. And Medrano. And Zito. All right, I just had to answer the door. So I had to sprint to the door, make sure I got what I needed, get back down here, and look at that. We're still in time for the pick. I'm going to go with the catcher. I'm going to go Garlobo. So we'll see what happens. All right. So my draft is bugged because I can't access my draft queue, even though I have players in the queue. Maybe if I add a player to the queue, am I good to go now? I'm on the clock. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that works. All right. So I just had to add a player to the queue to get what I needed. I'm going to take... Actually, it doesn't matter who I take because it's most likely going to be pitchers I'll see at the end of the draft. Alrighty, for the draft, this is what we've got. 67 overall with 86 potential for Garlobo. That's our catcher for the future. We're set. He's also a switch hitter. Love it. Love it. 89 for Estrada. The walks per 9 and the control's a little low. 55 potential. This one I didn't have scouted at all. I just took a guess on him. Yikes. 76 potential, 74 potential, 75 potential, and then 67 potential. Looking at some of the players that I wanted and I just couldn't get. Medrano was like the main one that I remember. AJ Smooth, that's a name right there. Who else was there? Campillo was a name that I wanted, obviously. Kellenberger, that was another name, but 81 potential. I think that's kind of a good thing that we avoided him. Anybody else? I'm trying to see the names. Jose Hernandez, no. Who was the other one? I don't remember now. Was it? Oh, Raul Herrera was like the first pick. The Nationals had the other pick, which was Juan Alonso, who looks okay. Oh, Zito. Yeah, 90 potential. Dang. I wanted him. I wanted him a lot. And we didn't get him, obviously. So, yeah, that's the draft. All right, so Red Sox, 84 and 78. Didn't make the postseason. Honestly, better than I thought. Way better. Most saves in baseball for John Schreiber. Verdugo had the most hits. Okay. Awards wise, Delivery Man of the Year and Rookie of the Year for Yoshida. Love to see it. J-Ram MVP over Altuve and Judge. Machado wins it on the other side. Woodruff and McKenzie, Cy Young winners. Oscar Gonzalez batting title. Wow, okay. Brendan Rodgers on the other side. Evan Phillips, we know who got the Reliever of the Year in the AL. And then Yoshida, Rookie of the Year, along with Dominic Fletcher, beating out his teammate Corbin Carroll. Oh, all right. So let's see what we got here. Paxton, not too bad. Am I going to bring him back? Probably not. Tanner Houck was really solid. Realistically, what I'm thinking here is, what's Kenley's contract? We've got him for another year. Oh, man. Okay. What I was going to say was I was probably going to move Houck into this setup role, and we'll keep him here as long as we can. But we'll see. Blyer, not bad. Am I going to bring him back? No. Chris Martin, Joely Rodriguez didn't pitch. So who did? He should have pitched, actually. Yeah. Did he not pitch? He just didn't pitch. We just didn't use him all year. Am I blind? Am I missing somebody here? No, that someone like just tank and rating that I'm missing? No, like everybody, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not putting something together. Did we just not use one of our relievers all year? Jansen, Schreiber, we saw his numbers, really good. Only 4 blown saves. Love to see that. Chris Sale, one more year of him. Honestly, I might try to move him in the offseason, see what we can get. Garrett Whitlock, not the best of years. Same thing with Kluber, yikes. Pivetta, yikes. And Brian Bayo, yikes. Wow, we might have been the worst pitching team in baseball. Lineup-wise, who got sent down? Tapia, okay, and Dahlbeck. Yeah, I can see why. I did not call up Casas because I just wanted him to play every day in AAA. Same thing with Jarren Duran. So we'll see what they do next year. Ooh, man, I don't think I'm going to bring him back. He was bad. Alfaro was okay. All right, not too bad. Rev Schneider, yeah, probably not. Mondesi, probably not. Yu Chang, probably not. How did Tristan do? 0 for 3. Oh boy, this team's looking bad. How did we win the amount of games that we did? This is looking crazy. So we've got Verdugo, who had a really strong season. Love to see that 43 doubles. We've got Yoshida, who was Rookie of the Year. Really solid season. Love it. Devers, yep, keep doing that. If you could do better, that'd be great. Duvall, not bad at all. Good RBI numbers, extra base hits, average is good, OPS is solid. Will I bring him back? Potentially. I'd consider it. Like a DH role, Justin Turner, I gotta get rid of him. 10 mil? Whew. Trevor Story, honestly not bad. Way better than I thought he was gonna do. So we'll keep him around. Reese McGuire, surprising. Like, we'll see. We might keep him as our catcher. And then Christian Arroyo is usually kind of just like a good platoon option to have off the bench. Not necessarily a starter, but all right, year's over. Who are we going to see? The Yankees defeat the Dodgers. Honestly, I just don't know what to expect with this team after this year. Like, we won a decent amount of games. Some players were good. Some players were bad. Pitching, though. Pitching is like the big thing. So, oh, it was Ryan Brazier. That's who we had up instead of Joely Rodriguez. Okay, so yeah. Yikes. Okay. Alfaro. So Reese McGuire hits righties. We'll keep Alfaro because we got that catcher. We also have Hernandez, who's a catching prospect. So we might be able to move some positions around. The only player that I didn't sign was our very last pick, and it was a reliever. I guess I could have mentioned that. Tapia, no thank you. Actually, no, we'll keep out Tapia. I don't need Mondesi anymore. I don't need him. Paxton. No, Duvall I said I'd consider, and for $4.5 million, I think that'd be dumb not to take that option. You know, like that feels like a pretty good deal right there. George Springer goes to the Cardinals. Okay. Ooh. All right, I gotta make sure I add Hernandez. Can't lose him. Can't lose Romero. Can't lose Coffee either, or Kofi. Oh man, we might have a tight 40 man. I'm gonna have to move some pieces, including Chris Sale, including Justin Turner. They're just regressing too quickly, and I feel like it's just better to get rid of them. And I know some of you are probably like, that's not realistic. Well, this isn't a realistic rebuild. So let's move forward. Let's go after. Ooh, who am I gonna go after? Oh wow, the Cardinals have no pitching. Good lord. Can I get Freddie Peralta? Freddie Peralta. Hold on. I don't think I'm going to with the players that we have. Like, I know I'm not. Yeah, I'm just not going to. I'm going to try to get Freddie Peralta in this rebuild, though. I'm intrigued by that one. I do want... Honestly, I just need kind of someone that can sit towards the back end of the rotation. Maybe even a reliever. I would take a reliever. I've been looking at starters. I would 100% be cool with a reliever. Like, Antoine Kelly? Okay, I'm going to see what relievers I can find. Okay, Justin Turner, Chris Martin for Aaron Ashby. Don't know how that works, but it does. And I was looking at Chris Sale. How much did he go down? Like 2 or 3? Let's just keep him. Let's just keep him. It's fine. I'll make it work somehow, some way. I'll find a way to make it work though. We'll figure it out. So I guess we could try to make it work with Kenley too. Honestly, it's not the worst. I do want to get rid of Richard Blyer though. That is 100% someone I want to get rid of. So I'm gonna go after. Okay. Ooh. Oh, we're actually pretty close on that one. I'm gonna see what else we got. Richard Blyer for Chris Flexen. That's the move. That's what we're rocking with. So I looked. Tanner Houck is starting. Why do I have him in the bullpen? You know, so he's gonna slot right in to the rotation. So pretty strong rotation, especially after the offseason addition of Aaron Nola. Essentially, he's gonna take over for Chris Sale. So a little bit older of a pitcher, kind of that veteran presence. 26 mil over the next 5 years. Sale, Houck, Whitlock, and then the 5 spot. We're going to go with Bayo with Pivetta, long reliever. Flexen, Aaron Ashby, Jake Junius assigned him to a 2-year club option. Phil Matten, 1-year deal, 6 mil. And then Jansen, Schreiber. So everything kind of the same. But not really. Actually, not really. It's like half and half new, half old. Lineup wise, though, this is where a crazy amount of changes happen. So let me show you the moves that we made, because there were a bunch. Nelson Velasquez, Phil Matten, we got Donovan Casey as well, Will Myers, Max Muncy, Adam Duvall, Nola, Pavin Smith, Nick Gordon, who else? Denilson Lamet, Luis Garcia of the Nationals was available, and I think that's it. I think those are all the moves, but that's quite a few moves. And as you can see at the major league level, a lot of lefties. I need to balance this out. But as you can see, all the righties are on the bench. So versus lefties, we've got a very platoon heavy squad. And then obviously I've got a couple players in the farm system that I picked up just in case, maybe they develop into something, we can use them off the bench or even sneak into the lineup. So nope, not Yoshida. Verdugo, I extended his contract 3 years, 6 mil. I think for 6 mil, he is one of the best bargain pickups that you can get in the outfield. He's going to give you a very consistent career. Like, he's not going to blow you away with any stats or anything like that, but he's just going to give you good numbers. So I think for 6 mil, solid. He could be our leadoff guy. We've got Yoshida, Devers, Duvall, Muncy. I picked him up on a 1-year deal. Had an okay year last year, so we'll see what he does. Trevor Story, Reese McGuire, Tristan Casas, and then Nick Gordon picked him up because he hits righties well. And then Arroyo will come in versus lefties. Alfaro will come in versus lefties. Will Myers will come in versus lefties. Like I said, platoons all the way. So let's see how this goes. Budget-wise, we've got 28 mil to play with. Sale leaves, Jansen leaves, Myers, Muncy, Matten, Pivetta. Like, we'll have money next year. So we're looking good. Let's get to the regular season. Let's see how this goes. Make a move with the Tigers. Alex Lang for Schreiber and Alfaro. I need a new reliever. Schreiber's actually regressing quite a bit. So I'm going to probably call up Hernandez for the rest of the year. And Garlobo will go up to AAA. Looking at the rest of the team. Oh, I need to trade Kenley before I forget. Gotta get rid of him. Get another reliever. The issue is I don't really know who to get as another reliever, because a lot of them are actually pretty highly valued. And like, it's kind of tough. Ooh, Giovanni Moran. What about Yohan Duran? It's a little bit out of my range. Okay, what about Brian Abreu? Anybody here? No, it doesn't really look like it. Soriano? No. Zach Jackson? Usually is pretty good. Andres Munoz is a player I've been wanting to pick up for a little bit, but if he's regressing, I might avoid him. There really aren't any pitchers that are like holding the rating. What about AJ Puck? Oh, straight up for Kenley Jansen? Thank you, Marlins. Thank you, Marlins. Okay, so outside of that, I think the only other player I would look to get rid of is Chris Sale, but he's actually pitching really well. So I'm gonna get rid of him. And everyone was telling me I should have got Jesus Luzardo in the last rebuild, but he actually didn't do too much better than Edward Cabrera. So I'm just gonna not pick up either. Patrick Sandoval would be an interesting one that I would have considered, but the Braves actually had Ian Anderson available. Let's see. I can get him straight up. Can I get another one of these pitchers? Mike Soroka's a free agent, so I'm not going to go after him. What about Kyle Wright? I'm pretty close on Kyle Wright. Let's go pick him up. Let's go for... There we go. That's the move. Perfect. And then the only other player I want to get rid of is... I might actually leave it because I really like the team so far. So we'll go Houck, Wright, Whitlock, Bayo. Bullpen was actually really good. It's just I wanted to get rid of those aging guys or those regressing pitchers. And then offensively, we actually look really strong. Like there's a couple that I'm like, could be a little bit better, but look at the averages, look at the RBIs, the home runs. Everyone's performing really well. I think I've got one spot open. It'll be for that catcher Hernandez, and then we'll send up Garlobo to AAA, and we should be good. So I'll make sure Garlobo is the starting catcher, get him there, and that should be good. Luis Garcia is killing AAA, so he might be a guy to look out for just to kind of help us out in the lineup a little bit. We'll give it to Reese McGuire here, just to potentially be like a guy to compete with Arroyo. That's really about it, huh? Depends on if Trevor Story holds his rating too. We'll see. We're only in season 2. All right, not a bad draft. I missed out on a few players to like get them to sign, but I let the CPU scout, so I kind of had to just guess with a lot of our picks. Elroy Wolf looks pretty good. James Law, 58 overall, probably not going to see him, but he's got really good defense, so that's good. Bobby Wells, and then Domingo Ramirez. So, yeah, that's the draft. All right, so there was a generational talent. Rich Sherry, he was a pitcher. He went before me, so I wouldn't have been able to get him anyways. So, there was just no chance I was getting him. So, yeah, generational pitcher. All right, so we are a wild card team, 89 and 73, which is a little disappointing because we've actually... Oh, wait, no, we won the division. Oh, it says we were taking on the winner of the wild card. Okay, we won the division. I was going to say, yeah, we were winning the division all year. I would hope we would have held on to it. The Yankees were one game behind us. Awards-wise, Aaron Judge is your MVP, along with Juan Soto. Corbin Burns and McClanahan, Cy Young winners. Kirk and Brendan Donovan are the batting title winners. Alexis Diaz, I tried to get him. His value was so high. I was not going to make that trade. And then Class A, also reliever of the year. James Medeiros is the rookie of the year. Really? Tom Belcher? Okay. And Jace Young. What about the other side? Big P. Veen, who's now with the Marlins. Okay. All right. As Draft Neck Mark pulls Max Fried out of a show pack, so congrats to him. Michael Tolia, rookie of the year, or second place, and then Tamar Johnson. All right, look at our team. Let's see what we got here. So Lamet got called up over Flexen. Really? How was Flexen? He was good. Potential went down, which is a little worrying, But you know what? He was solid. So why would they mess with this? Pivetta in the long relief role, really solid. Ashby killed it. Love that pickup. Jake Junis, we won't pick up his option. Wasn't a terrible year, but it wasn't a good year. Ooh, okay. We're not gonna keep Lamet. I'll take that. Not bad at all from Phil Matten. AJ Puck looks like he's gonna be a solid setup role pitcher for us. And then Alex Lang as a closer. There we go. Nola regressing, which is a little worrisome. His draft neck mark pulls another diamond, so don't worry about that. You'll just see that behind my head. Little J-Ram action. Aaron Nola killed it. Tanner Houck, we'll see what he does next year. Kyle Wright, I think these top three, plus even Whitlock, I think our first four pitchers are fantastic. And then once we get Brian Bayo developed, I mean, this rotation's set. Like, we've got Mata, but like realistically, I think that is our starting five for the rebuild, right? And then we sprinkle in a couple pieces into the bullpen. We're set. We're really set. We'll take out Lamet. And then offensively, hold on, wait a second. Who was sent down offensively? Duvall. He was pretty bad. So they called up Rafaela. Not yet. Close. But he won't be called up yet. Let me make sure nobody else was called up that isn't. Okay, so Dahlbeck. Okay, that's fine. He cannot be in the lineup. All right, so let's get Duvall back in. Myers, I think it was a 1-year deal for him. Wasn't that great. I had him versus lefties, didn't do the job. Arroyo, only had him versus lefties. If he can kind of keep somewhere around here, maybe a little bit higher on the average and the on-base percentage, I think we'll be okay. Hernandez is a backup catcher. Okay. Luis Garcia only had one at bat, but he was mashing in AAA. So I'm excited to see what he can do for the team. Yu Chang wasn't too bad off the bench. And then if we take a look at our starters, we've got Verdugo, who I said is going to be really consistent for us, and that's what he's doing. Yoshida took a little bit of a sophomore slump, but I'm still confident he'll give us some good seasons. Devers, solid year. Duvall, yikes. Max Muncy was a 1-year deal. Probably could have traded him, but I felt like let's just keep him. Let's keep him for that playoff push. Trevor Story, great year. Love to see that. Oh boy. Tristan Casas, not great with the OPS. Oof, we're gonna have to raise that up a little bit. And then Nick Gordon, you know what? I'll take that. That was not bad at all. Like that was a decent year for him. I will definitely take that. So here we go. The Guardians. What do we got going on with them? We are probably gonna get swept. No, we're still alive. Brian Bayo. Sorry, just not yet. Not yet. We advance to the next round. Brian Bayo will not be pitching. We're just gonna move him down. Actually, we'll go like that. Yep. There we go. Astros time. And we are eliminated. But that's okay. That's okay. I didn't expect us to even be this far into the postseason in season 2. To be honest, I was expecting maybe like a wild card spot. Maybe kind of scrap that out. But you know what? We exceeded expectations. The Braves end up beating the Astros in the World Series. And now it's time to kind of just keep building with what we got. So Jake Junis, I'm going to decline. I'm going to let him walk. He'll probably be okay, but just not sure about that. Pivetta can go. Duvall can go. Muncy can go. Myers. Arroyo, I'll probably do. Ooh, he wants $8 million. I guess it's not terrible. $8.5 million. We'll see what he takes if he does take that. And now, let's see. Anybody here? Maybe Rogers that I need to add. But outside of that, lineup wise, definitely need an outfielder because we do have like a couple prospects. But like hitting wise, I don't think Miguel's ready just yet. Pavin Smith could come up and probably help us off the bench. Nelson Velasquez has B potential, but he really only hits lefties. Donovan Casey's not ready. Paulinho's not ready. Rafaela's very close. I don't know. Duran, probably a player I'll look to trade. So I think we're at a point where like I need like a stopgap. I just need one player to just hold it down. Actually, I need 2 players, right? Oh no, I need like a center fielder to hold it down for like 1 more year, and then we need a DH. I think that's pretty easy to pick up, and then bullpen help for sure. But I think we're looking pretty solid. For season 3, we're gonna get Austin Riley. I'm gonna get rid of a couple prospects and Kofi and Jordan, or it might be Coffee. But either way, Duran is also part of the mix. you know what? We're okay at short. I think we can get rid of Cutter and bring in Austin Riley. And you're probably thinking, how is that going to work? You know what? We'll make it work because this is what's going to happen. Austin Riley, DH. Actually, he'll probably play third with Devers moving to DH. I also really needed a right-handed bat because we have nothing but like lefties in the team. Rafael is going to play center field. I'm just going to throw him out there. We'll see how it goes. And then we've got Pavin Smith, Brandon Drury. I signed because I needed a lefty hitting bat or a batter that hit lefties. I picked him up and I thought, you know what? Let's just go out and go big and get Austin Riley. Sure, why not? So yeah, this is the team now. I guess we could maybe... Actually, no. I feel like, yeah, let's go like this. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think we're gonna rock like that. That's the team. So Brandon Drury was brought in, 1-year deal, $8.5 million. He's coming off a decent year, so I figured why not. McGuire's still here. Arroyo, Nick Gordon, Yu Chang, and Pavin Smith. I think I might have an extra player in the majors. I do. So instead, we're gonna send down. Let's go with, you know what? Let's go with Yu Chang can be sent down. Sorry, Yu Chang, but that's just how it's gonna be. And pitching wise, we've still got the same rotation. Yoni Chirinos was picked up on a 1-year deal, $6 million. And then also Lucas Sims and Joe Jimenez, both 2-year deals with the club option. Okay, had to make sure it was a club option. Wasn't sure if I gave them the 2 years straight up or not. So that's the team. Budget-wise, we should still be okay. All right, it's a little tight, but we'll be all right. We'll be fine. We've got this team kind of locked up now. I just need Rafaela, Garlobo, and Casas to develop, and we're set. I'm actually going to rotate just a couple more positions, but that's the team. We won the division once again. The Rays right behind us. So both times we won the division, a team was right there, right behind us. Nola was fantastic pitching wise, and then Devers was awesome hitting wise. So that's good to see. Awards wise, we've got a Cy Young and a batting title. Soto wins it with the White Sox. Wow, I didn't see he went to the White Sox. Okay, so Pete Alonso and Jordan on the same team. It's gonna be tough to beat. Shohei wins MVP. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Good pitching performance too. Matt Olson, Zach Wheeler. Matt Olson was, if I didn't get Austin Riley, Matt Olson was the player that I was looking at picking up, just because I was like, I do like Tristan Casas, but maybe we just make him a DH, and then we have Matt Olson at first base. So we saw Devers won batting title. Acuna wins it on the other side. Clay Holmes and Duran are your relievers of the year. And then Anthony Volpe, along with Ronald Cortez, who now has C potential, is your rookie of the year for the Marlins. Okay. Darniche Valdez of the Cubs. Okay. Some interesting names. Garlobo was there. I saw Garlobo was third. And pitching-wise, it looks like we've kept it the same. Chirinos, how we looking? Oh, did I give him a 1-year deal? I did give him a 1-year deal. Okay, I did give him a 1-year deal because I was worried that he might regress. So there we go. So he had a good year. Not sure I'll bring him back, though. Ashby was good. Flexen was solid. Like to see that. Sims struggled a little bit. Definitely struggled a little bit. We got Jimenez, who was good. Ooh, Pac might not be our setup guy. We might have to go with... Let's go with Jimenez. 5 ERA. That's not what you want to see. And then 9 blown saves. You don't want to see that either. Yikes. Looking at our starters, we've got Nola, who was fantastic. Love to see it. We've got Kyle Wright right behind him, who had a really strong season. Tanner Houck, come on. I need better. Garrett Whitlock was unbelievable. Actually, he was good. He wasn't unbelievable, but he was definitely very good. Very good. And then Bayo definitely struggled as well. So we might go something like this for the postseason. We'll figure something out for sure, but we might need to look for a starter. Pavin Smith only had 33 at-bats, but he was good. He just didn't have any power. What else? Brandon Drury, I had him in versus lefties. That's a solid season. I will take that 100%. Reese McGuire, okay, not terrible. Arroyo is getting like the same, I would say. Not really worse, but not really better. I don't know if it's really worth keeping him. We'll see. We'll figure it out. And then Yu Chang got called up over Nick Gordon, who definitely took a step back, but like I don't hate the season that he has. Miguel might get called up next year. We'll see about him. Meyer, it's just the fielding is just like carrying his rating. Anybody else? How's Velasquez looking? Nothing too crazy. Lugo, Casey, nothing's going on there. I think the only player to look for here would be Mickey Romero, who even he doesn't look like he's ready. So we'll take a look at our starters now. Verdugo, once again, just high on base percentage. Love to see it. Yoshida, back to normal. Love it. Austin Riley, very good season, 36 home runs. Devers, yep, give me more of that. Love to see that. Trevor Story is regressing by a lot. Oh, okay. We might be in the market for a shortstop. Luis Garcia could move to shortstop, or we could keep him at second base. Probably going to keep him at second base. I'll take that. Like, that's not a bad year. Casa, there we go. Tristan Casas, that's what I'm looking for. And then Garlobo in his first year had a good average, good on base percentage, just lacked the power, but still really strong. I like what we got there. And then Rafaela struggled a little bit, but I'm okay with that. 10 stolen bases, 30 doubles. We'll get those numbers up. So realistically, we might have maybe Marcelo Meyer just hops into that shortstop, and then we trade Story, maybe one of our starters, and get like a really big name pitcher. Just start to get some of these older guys out, get some of these younger guys in. Because like with Garcia and Meyer, middle infield, you got Devers and Riley. Or I guess Devers is the DH, should be Riley and Casas. And then the outfield, I mean, I like this team. I think if we can bolster up the pitching a little bit, I think we'd be good. Speaking of pitching, we face the Rays, and we are still alive. Still alive. Sorry, Brian Bayo. You've been letting me down. So I got to turn to the man Nola. And again, like we get through, which is good. So let's keep moving. We'll look like that for sure. And facing the Guardians, come on, we got to turn things around here. 13-0. Can we keep it alive? We don't. We get eliminated. One series short of the World Series once again. So heading into season 4, I think as the Guardians win the World Series, I think it's pitching. Let's see, 6-4, 5-4, 4-1. I don't know. Actually, we'll see. But I do think we could use maybe like one more. I do like our pitchers though. But I think maybe Houck goes back to the long relief role. He's been good, but I just don't know if he's a starter. You know? So maybe he's like the long relief role, or maybe we move him back to the bullpen and then we just get another big name starter. I think that's the move. So exclusive negotiations. Yeah, I'll take the chance. It was super cheap. $8 million for Jimenez. I'll take that shot too. Reese McGuire or Hernandez. I guess we just go McGuire again. We're going to go Hernandez, and then I'll let the others go. So there we go. I will need to probably sign a catcher though. So let's see what big name pitchers available. Dylan Cease makes a lot of sense. Zach Gallen as well. Dustin May. Framber. Logan Webb. Oh yeah, there's a lot of good pitchers there. I feel like, and then we could also just like trade Story for something if I needed to. Oh yeah, we're set up for success for sure. So I said I was going to get Freddie Peralta, and I'm going to. Trevor Story went down by like 10 in a couple different hitting attributes. What was it? His good numbers too, his lefty numbers. -5, -3, -10. That's worrisome. It's definitely worrisome. And he also just like didn't have the best of years. So we got a couple years out of him. And we've got some young players coming up. I'd rather turn to them. Let's get some really good pitching. And Freddie Peralta, he's also in the last year of his deal too. So that kind of works out with working the money wise. And now, you know, Freddie Peralta slides in like this. We could still go out and get another really good pitcher, because Brian Bayo, I want him to do well, but at the same time, not really doing it for me. So I might put him down in AAA for the year. Maybe Houck sets up here. If, you know, Bayo does well in AAA, we call him up to be the sixth man, and then Houck maybe slots in here if one of our relievers struggles. So money-wise, we've got about 70 mil to play with. So like I realistically could go out big and spend on a pitcher, which I might do. For year 4, we've got quite the pitching rotation. So this is what we're looking like. I mean, come on. Nola, Dustin May for what? Just around 19-20 mil for the next 6 years. Peralta, Whitlock, Wright, Houck, and then I have an extra pitcher. I think Flexen's going to get sent down. There we go. Which means I can call up an extra bat. And it is going to be... We'll go with him. We'll go with Blaze. Or Blaze. Might be Blaze. So, this is what we're going to rock with. So, Lang, Puck. All right, boom. There we go. So, Devin Williams came in. 2-year deal, 12 mil. He's normally on my do not acquire list, but we'll see. We'll see how he goes. We've got Lang, Puck, Jimenez, Sims, Ashby, Houck in this long relief role. And then, I mean, that rotation looks absolutely disgusting. Starters and the bench currently looks like this. I like it. It's a good mix of kind of everything. We've got some righties, some lefties on the bench. Our starters currently look like this. Definitely a lot younger once you start getting to like Garcia, Meyer, Garlobo, Rafaela, but that's a good team. I like this team. Offensively, we're still ranked third in contact. Power's quite low, but the defense is good. Pitching's good. Like, this is a strong team. Budget-wise, again, we're pretty healthy and we're losing money next year. So, like, I feel like we've done a good job controlling the team. All right, 99 and 63 won the division, taking on the winner of the wild card, which is awesome to see. No awards, really. So Vladdy won it with Seattle for MVP. Okay. Machado on the other side. Okay. Urias and Logan Webb. I was torn between Logan Webb and Dustin May. Dustin May finished second. Okay. So not bad. Batting title went to Vladdy and Tyler Stevenson. I didn't even see like some pretty good years. Clase and Phillips are the relievers of the year. Rookie of the year goes to Daniel Vasquez, who is clearly generational talent, and also Alec Burleson. All right. Pitching wise, someone was called up, which means offensively someone was sent down, and it was Pavin Smith. I don't hate that. I mean, like, I don't see why they did. Maybe they sent down somebody else too. I don't think so based off what I'm seeing. So we'll just send down Dalton Rogers unless somebody was very bad, like AJ Puck. Sorry, lost your spot just like that. Do better. Close to a 5 ERA, can't have it. So Tanner Houck, there we go. We move him back to the bullpen, does a lot better. Aaron Ashby was a really solid pickup for us. I really like this pickup. Sims was good, love to see it. Jimenez, oh yeah, give me more of that. Dalton Rogers, you're gonna get your chance. Lang in the setup role. And then yikes, might be on my do not acquire list moving forward. So Nola was very good. That's good to see. May was unbelievable. He was a Cy Young candidate for a reason. Peralta, I told you we needed to get him. Delivers. Whitlock in the 4, that's like crazy good. And then Wright in the 5, even better. Love to see it. Crazy goods team right there. So Hernandez is the backup catcher. Not too worried about that. Pavin Smith gets on base at a crazy level, even though he only had 31 at bats. So on the bench, not bad. Okay, not bad. Not bad off the bench. Not bad at all. It's up to a 78. Okay. Arroyo basically did what Arroyo does, and then Nick Gordon does what Nick Gordon does. So, like, on the bench, not bad. Again, really good on base percentage from Verdugo. Love to see it. Yoshida still doing really well. I mean, like, look at this team. Love it. First two batters getting on base at a high level. Then Austin Riley did take a step back, which sucks to see, but he was still really, really good. Devers, unbelievable numbers. Love to see that 400 on base percentage. Yes. Casas. Okay. I needed like this year, like 2025, not 2026. Garcia still not bad. Not bad. I'll take it. He's getting better too. Meyer, tough first year. Tough first year for sure. Ooh, Garlobo. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe we move him up a little bit into this spot. And then Rafaela. Yikes. Okay. A little bit of a mixed bag once we start getting lower into the lineup. But we will be facing the White Sox or the Mariners. It is going to be the Mariners. Let's go take a look at their team really quickly. What do they have? Arise, Vladdy. Yeah, that's a scary offensive team. That's a very scary offensive team. Alrighty. Mariner time. That's a good start. Like to see that. Ooh, even better. Come on. All right. I was going to say, don't lose, please. We'll take a look at who are we facing? Cleveland, who beat us last year. So we need our revenge. J-Ram, Edwin. I tried to get J-Ram. He was so hard to trade for, and we just didn't have the pieces to make it happen. Otherwise, offensively, I don't think they look that great, but pitching-wise, they're going to be good. Their pitching's always nasty. Yeah, that's going to be tough. So who do we have? Our 5 going. So let's just move everybody up a spot. Nothing against Kyle Wright, but I'd just rather have my best pitchers going. All right. Nola versus McKenzie. We win. May versus Quantrill. We lose that one. Peralta, we win. Whitlock, we win. Kyle Wright, close it out. Doesn't. Okay, but Nola does. Dustin May. Ooh, we're taking on the Marlins now. I did not like that it went to the last game of the series. Rojas, Estrada. Estrada's good in franchise. Chisholm, O'Neal Cruz, okay. Ronald Cortez, who was rookie of the year a couple years ago. Meadows is always good. Veen was rookie of the year a couple years ago. Offensively, though, I feel like our team's better. And then pitching wise, yeah, really good pitching team as well. So here we go. Freddie Peralta, day 1. I think that's okay. Let's see how far. 2 days. Okay, so we're gonna go Peralta, Whitlock, May. Nola, May. Yeah, we're gonna go like that for the World Series. Yeah. Alrighty, let's close it out. Peralta, Whitlock. Oh boy, we're still alive. We're still alive. Game 7 at Fenway. It's gonna be Nola. Lineup's looking good. We're facing a lefty. That is unfortunate. I guess we rock with it. Let's see how this works. One run to start the game right off the rip. Not what you want to see. And a double play for us. Really, 2-run home run for Sebi Zavala. We get one back from Arroyo, so we're only down 2. So like we gotta stop this. We're letting them score every inning. We can't do that. We can't do that unless we're gonna score like 12 every inning, which it doesn't look like we're doing. Nola just didn't bring it today. A walk to start, 1st and 3rd. Arroyo brings in 1. We got to bring in another, at least one more. There's that run. Garlobo double play though. Come on. Tyro Estrada's 3 for 3. Like I said, he's just too good in franchise. I don't know what it is. I know he's off to a crazy start in real life too. Howell could come in, shut the door, please. Please. We're still down 2. That's a good start. Once again, tie ball game. Austin Riley. That is huge for us. A walk, perfect. A double. Let's get that sack fly, Garlobo, please. We take the lead. That is big, big. Houck, I just need you to hold it down now. That's it. Just hold it down for us, 1st and 2nd. Come on. We got to get a run in here. Bases loaded for Marcelo Meyer. The grand slam by the rookie in Game 7 of a World Series. That is so big. We're going to keep Houck in unless he allows like a run or 2, which he doesn't. Huge. Denver. Why did we have to wait until like the 6th, 7th, 8th inning to start getting the bats going? Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm just going to let Houck close it out. There's no reason not to. We just won a World Series because the offense woke up way late into the game, putting all the pressure on me. I didn't like that. Awards. Of course, it's Devers. World Series MVP, playoff MVP as well. 4 World Series home runs. Luis Garcia. What a little sneaky pick up there. Let's take a look at the team as a whole. I mean, that's a strong looking squad. I like this team that we put together. It was fun. It was a little bit different. We got some prospects involved, and then also got like Austin Riley in the mix. The catcher we drafted was key, and then we turned around this pitching staff. Like, this is a good squad. I like this one a lot, and I hope you did too. Of course, if you did, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel for new and enjoy the content. And of course, get in the comment section. Let me know which team's next. That's about it. Catch you in the next one. Peace.